What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I'm your host, the average Adidas tracksuit enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Today we're going to be discussing two options for a budget-friendly build, something that can get you into training and attending courses with the boys on the flat range, and it's not going to break the bank, and you can still go out and get all your ramen noodles and whey protein for the bulk that you're trying to go on. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you two options that'll help you hopefully get into training and get into self-defense and protection with a rifle. Before we get too far into the video, guys, leave a comment down below. Today, leave a llama. L-L-A-M-A, llama, guys. Leave a llama down below and let me know why llamas are secretly one of the best animals and the best emoji. Okay, so after you leave your llama, check out the Patreon. It's $5 a month. If you want to see more content on the flat range, burning it down out there, and more content like this, guys, $5 a month. If you can't afford it, that's fine. Just leave a comment is all I ask. Thank you. Additionally, the Patreon gets you access to the Discord server to find buddies to train with and to game with. If it interests you, go check it out. There'll be a link down below. Last but not least, Palmetto State Armory is the sponsor of today's video, okay? They are mega based. Check them out. I'm sure they have all kinds of bulk ammo or whatever going on down below. So huge shout out to PSA. Thank you for being the sponsor. Use the link below and it helps the channel grow. Okay, guys, so let's talk about my option for two budget builds that I have used, okay? So this is an AKP or an AK pistol from Palmetto State Armory. It just has whatever muzzle device came with the weapon on it. A Streamlight 1000 lumen light on the front, okay, an EOTech EXPS 2, I believe, and yeah, that's it for this guy. It does have the enhanced safety, which is pretty cool. Okay, we are clear and safe. This thing, when I got it, I think it ran me around 600 or 700 bucks, which is a steal. Okay, it comes with fixed iron sights. Okay, the rear sight is a little bit far up on the weapon. I wish they would have put it back here, but I understand why, because they're expecting you to mount an optic on the weapon, okay? The optic mount, or the dust cover, I should say, is a hinged dust cover, so it's gonna hold zero pretty well. I intentionally left off the magnifier because that's gonna add another $600 on the build. So I left that off because I know guys are gonna be like, oh dude, you just put a $500 optic on your budget build. There's a reason why. So you can buy it cheap, okay? These are the steel Bulgarian mags. They run awesome. They do have the last round hold open feature. YouTube, these are 10-round magazines, okay? But I don't like the last round hold open feature because it actually makes it slower to reload, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. And the enhanced safety, guys, just makes it so you can activate the safety with your hand on the pistol grip so you can engage and get some faster splits. The reason why I like this weapon is because the base weapon itself was cheap. I put a T-Rex arm sling so I can adjust it, you know, make it tighter or looser easily with this adjustment, okay? With that being said, it has all the basics on it. It has a holographic sight, okay, from EOTech. And some of you are thinking, well, Trench, why did you put a $500 optic on a $600 gun? Well, because if you're really balling on a budget, you still want the gun to work for you, okay? You can run the irons, you can zero the irons, okay, with the AK sight adjustment tool, and run irons until you can afford to put a decent optic on it, because ultimately, guys, you're gonna want a good piece of glass on the weapon if you're using it for personal protection, home defense, or the WROL deal, okay? I do have a hand stop up here. It's mainly for recoil control and a good indexing point, okay? So some of y'all are gonna see this and wonder why that's there. That's all it is. It's just some added heat protection, okay? Because this thing does get hot. I have other videos on the channel with this weapon. You might be able to notice the muzzle device is pink, as well as the barrel out there, because it got so hot that it basically melted that paint, okay? What otherwise can I tell you about this gun? I put some 550 cord, okay, up here to make it to make the sling work a little bit better. So I just got two pieces of 550 right here because one is none, two is one, three is better, right? But yeah, and last but not least, I don't run a pressure switch on this weapon because this thing gets way too hot and it kills pressure switches. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's gonna be my first choice for a budget build. would be this AK pistol from Palmetto State Armory. They just happen to be a sponsor, okay? I had the weapon before they were a sponsor, okay? But yeah, they are awesome, and yeah. What else? I think that's all I want to tell you. It does have the Magpul furniture. It comes with it, okay? Magpul stuff, straight out the box, and it's pretty sweet, guys. So this is going to be my first choice for a budget weapon. Would be the AK pistol, chambered in 7.62 by 39, because it's freaking sweet. I think it has a 10 or 12 inch barrel. I don't remember exactly. You'll have to look that up. Okay, guys, let's switch over to the second weapon that I would recommend. Reminder to leave that comment down below, the llama, for all my combat llamas out there, okay? To defeat the algorithm god. All right, give me a second. Okay, guys, this is my second option for a budget-friendly build, okay, for your first rifle. Like I said, the purposes are home defense, personal protection, WROL, all that, but you're balling on a budget. Now, what I want to say before everyone freaks out, yes, this is a $920 optic, right? ACOG, 4 times magnification ACOG. Again, the optic, the glass on the weapon is going to determine the ability to actually hit what you're aiming at, guys. So if you're freaking out about this, run some cheapo Magpul MBUS sights until you can afford something good, okay? But just realize whatever optic you run on the gun, that's ultimately going to be what the rifle is. The barrel and the optic are ultimately what the rifle is, okay, guys? But we'll go ahead and clear this weapon out. Okay, so what is this thing? Again, YouTube, this is a 10-round magazine, of course. So what is this thing? This is just a Ruger. This is the Ruger 10.5 inch 5.56. Super lightweight. I do have a hand stop on here just so I can help dig into barricades and stuff like that. That's really all it's for. You know, just to help keep it in place for rapid engagements. Honestly, a lot of times I take them off anyway and run them slick. But it helps with heat mitigation because this thing does heat up super quick. And also I run a 1000 lumen light on this thing as well. But let's talk about it. T-Rex arm sling. So 5.56, it's super lightweight. You have the ACOG on here for engagements out to 400 meters, I'd say, with this barrel. Yes, you're going to start to get some pretty wide MOA with the 10.5 inch barrel. But for most of you, this is going to be, well, this will get the job done, okay? A super light carbine, you know, with your 10 round magazines in it. This is all you're really going to need. And if you're balling on a budget, I think this weapon, when I got it, was like $500 or something crazy, $600, $500. So basically a freebie rifle, and then put the expensive optic on it, put the $150 white light or whatever it is on it with a T-Rex arm sling, and that's all you really need, guys. And this thing's sweet. Oh yeah, I did switch out the grip with one of the old Daniel Defense ones. For the Daniel Defense grips, I cut off the bottom, the weird like extended thing. Okay, I just kind of cut it off, and then I like these because I don't want to run the Daniel Defense grips on my actual good weapons, so I put them on this because whatever this came with was not where it was at. Okay, guys. So if you're more in the camp of an AR build, okay, this is what I would pick. The Ruger 5.56 with a 10.5 inch barrel. I know all you guys in the comments are going to crucify me for the 10.5 inch barrel, but guys, this is for the dude that's balling on a budget. And if we're being realistic, a 10.5 inch barrel is going to get most of us, you know, good to go. Yes, it's going to have faster bolt carrier group wear on your bolt. But with that being said, I wouldn't worry about it too much because this is intended for the dude that's balling on a budget. I don't have any backup iron sights or anything on it. I just keep it as light as possible. And this gun is super light, and for some reason, I like this gun a lot more than some of my more expensive weapons just because it's so simple. And it shoots great. The Ruger has a okay mil-spec trigger, but I think I like it because it's just so cheap and I treat it poorly, and it just keeps running, guys. So the AR option for your second kind of budget build is going to be a Ruger 5.56 with a ACOG on it. You can put an EOTech on this if you want. If you can't afford an EOTech or an ACOG, go for the SIG Romeo 5 Red Dot. They're only like 120 bucks, and they're extremely good for what they are. They're not as good as an Aimpoint, obviously, or an ACOG or an EOTech, but they're extremely good for what they are. Okay, guys, in summary, buy whatever you like, okay? If it's an AK or an AR, I gave you two good options for y'all to think about if you're balling on a budget. I do think having a rifle is super important for WROL, SHTF, personal protection, and just to have fun as well. Don't forget about having fun. If you're thinking about which one is better for you as far as ammo costs, well, 5.56/223 M193, stuff like this, right now is extremely cheap, okay? So I would go for 5.56, the 5.56 option if you're worried about ammo costs. But if ammo costs, if you're not too worried about it, then the 7.62x39 cheap stuff does hit a lot harder, especially out of the barrel lengths that we're talking about today. The 7.62x39 does hit a lot harder than the 5.56 out of a 10.5-inch barrel. So that is one thing to keep in mind, guys. But if you just want a small carbine as a PDW weapon, personal protection weapon, and you don't really care so much about edging out which one is better as far as ballistically, this thing is awesome. Just know what you're getting into, okay? You're gonna have horrible MOA out to 500. You're gonna have pretty rough at 400, and at 300 is really 0 to 300 is really where this thing will shine. But if we're being realistic, most of you would do just fine with something like this cheapo Ruger 5.56. All right, guys, in summary, let me know down below which you would pick. The AK pistol with a 10.5-inch barrel with the EOTech. I did take the magnifier off to cut off some costs. Or the Ruger 5.56. Yeah, let me know which one you would choose. Personally, to actually use, this one is easier and a little bit more accurate, but the AK is confidence inspiring. It does ka-chunka. It's firing that 30 caliber projectile, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, let me know down below which one you would choose, guys. Reminder to leave your llama comment, your combat llama comment down below. It helps. The Patreon, $5 a month. If it interests you, you can see some behind the scenes stuff. Find buddies to train with and game with in our Discord server through the Patreon. And last but not least, if you're gonna buy a Ruger 5.56 or an AK pistol, okay, use the link down below and it'll help the channel. All right, guys, until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, the average budget build enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Go get yourself a tracksuit and hit the gym, guys. Until next time, cheers.